Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to the month of September, and officially now, and it is animated movie month. Yes, I'm all month long. I'm going to be reviewing animated films, hand drawn, CGI, claymation, whatever, anything that has animation in it, and it's a part of the plot, then it counts. Even if it's enchanted, because the movie starts animated and then it's live action, so that kind of counts. If it has animation in it and it's part of the plot, then it that can take some leniency with some of the movies that are live action as well. But it has to have animation. This movie is an animated movie, but good God, is it a disappointment? I really enjoyed the first three films in this franchise. The fifth one I thought was okay; it wasn't as bad, but this is the worst one. It came out in 2012. This would have been my worst of the year if I had a YouTube channel at that time. It's Ice Age Continental Drift. Man, this movie sucked. What were my problems with this movie? See. This movie has way too many characters in it. There were already a lot of characters in the first three movies. You had Manny, the freaking mammoth. You had Sid, the sloth. You had Scrat, who's the mascot for these movies, who's the funniest things in most of these films. He's the rat squirrel that is chasing a nut. You have Diego, who's the freaking saber tooth tiger, and then you have who was the other one? I think that was it. And then later on, you had Ellie, who was the Manfred's mate, and then you had the two possums, Crash and who was the other one? The other one. Let me see. Eddie and Crash, yeah, voiced by Sean William Scott and Josh Peck. But then in this one, they have like 15 new characters that you don't give a shit about. You have Peter Dinklage, a awesome, respectable actor from Game of Thrones, and you give him a nothing role as a freaking pirate that sings. Yeah, fuck you. That's not why I wanted to say. His singing is awful in the movie. He's a giant Topheticus, and he's completely wasted. Wanda Sykes is the granny of Sid. She was just there to put laughs, even though Sid was already funny in the first three movies. Jennifer Lopez, who I'm sorry, guys, I don't like her as an actress. I've told you, yeah, she's hot, but she can't act. I've seen everything I've seen her in. I thought she sucked in. The only movie that she's passable in is the first the Ants movie. That's it, because it's a slew of other cast members that actually can act circles around her. Sly Stallone, Woody Allen, etc. But she was the less evil in that movie compared to this movie. In this movie, they force a love triangle, her in a love story with Diego. Diego never needed a mate, guys. Diego was fine as a character on his own. He's a kind of a lone wolf of the pack. And yeah, and it's really forced. A lot of this movie is forced. The comedy is forced. Holy crabs and freaking more of the Scrat screaming, which is funny, but it wore itself out by this time. I was like, please just give him something else to do. I think Scrat has like a hallucination in this version, and it's not funny. It was funnier in the third one when they were in the caves and they were laughing their asses off. That was funny. You also have Josh Gad as Lewis. Yeah, he was wasted in this movie. Before he did Frozen, he was in this pile of crap, which is not funny, and it's not even the animation is just it's ho hum compared to the first three films. And like I said, yeah, he's that mole hog. Peaches. She's in the movie. Kiki Palmer. I like her voice. I liked her in True Jackson, and I also liked her in the what was it? Other films that I've seen her. She was in Rags, I think, and a bunch of other stuff. I like her voice, but why was she in this movie? Oh, because they have to give another subplot with her that she likes Drake, one of the singers. He makes a cameo here. Nick Frost is Flynn, an elephant seal for one of the pirates who is not needed. And I'm not going to say because he's British, because I'm over that, guys. I'm not going to mention it here. You have Aziz Ansari. He's a very funny guy. I liked him in Epic and 30 Minutes or Less. He's a funny guy. He's wasted as Squint a rabbit. You have Drake as Ethan, who is a nothing character. Nicki Minaj as Steffi, another mammoth that's just there to fill time. You have Ben Glebe as Marshall, Sid's brother. And yeah, there's just too many characters, guys. If Infinity War, Into the Spider Verse, and Endgame taught us one thing, is that yes, you can balance a lot of characters, but if you don't have the strong writing, you end up with bullshit like this. Trust me, this is no Infinity War Endgame. It's a third movie that was completely forced. A fourth movie, a third sequel that was completely forced. And this movie made a lot of money worldwide. It was the highest grossing animated film that year. How? This was better than freaking Brave, which I like. At least, it's not the best Pixar movie, but I like it better than this. It's better than Wreck-It Ralph. Really? No, it's not. And or Madagascar 3, which is a much better sequel than this. That had a lot of heart, deep writing, good characters, and new characters that I cared about. Here, there's nothing. The pirates are freaking lame. The songs are lame. Even the ending sucks. Like Kiki Palmer singing at the end, and I was like, nope, the movie's done. I'm gonna save myself some trouble. And the critics are not kind on this. Frozen is way better than this freaking movie. Tangled is better than this freaking movie. The plot is nonsensical. It means nothing. Here's the critical response. This is how I feel. I agree with them on this one, definitely. With the first three, I really enjoy those films. They're flawed, but they're very entertaining and funny. This one, the consensus says, and I quote, Ice Age Continental Drift 3D, by the way, the 3D didn't matter in this freaking movie, um, has moments of charm and witty slapstick. Yes, with Scrat. Scrat is the only thing in this movie that made me laugh. Every other character was just badly written, but it often seems content to recycle ideas from the previous films. Yeah. Sid being afraid of characters from the other films, him screaming like a bitch. I saw that in the first movie. Them getting away from their home and having to relocate. I saw that in the second movie. Them seeing dinosaurs in the third one. Granted, these aren't dinosaurs, but you have more, prehistoric characters in the movie forced in there. Again, I saw that too. I don't understand how did this go so wrong? And I only have it on Blu-ray because it was my sister's, and I don't want to throw it away. But it says here, yeah. Also, Roger Ebert gave it 2 out of 4 stars. This is before he passed away. Watching this film was a cheerless exercise for me. The characters are manic and idiotic. The dialogue is a rat-a-tat chatter. The action is entirely at the service of 3D. Yeah, let's put a bunch of images in your face. Yeah, with the crabs and the freaking, the freaking hallucination that Scrat has and all that. It's just not funny, guys. This was painful to get through. I saw the DVD back in like 2013, and I was like, this movie sucks. It's a step down from the third one, considering the third one was very funny. Simon Pegg voiced a weasel with a leaf on his eye. He was a likable character. They brought him back in 5. Here, he's nowhere to be found, and there's no freaking explanation. Also, it says, yeah, lots of noise and a few songs in between the whiplash moments. It's a familiar, drawn-out shtick, and the humor lacks the subtlety of the first and best Ice Age, and there are visually inventive high points. Yeah. And this idiot got said from Simon Brew gave a film a 4-star review. Really, this is a 4-star movie. Not Frozen, not Tangled, not Wreck-It Ralph, not Zootopia, not the Lego movie. This piece of shit. Yeah. It's arguably the best. It is also a little surprisingly, perhaps, given that it's a fourth in the franchise, turned out to be thoroughly entertaining family blockbuster. I'm sorry. I watched this alone and I was bored. I wasn't laughing. It's 94 minutes long. It's not too long, but I just didn't care for it. Collision Course has a lot of problems, but it's a lot better than this movie. It was shorter. It had less new characters in it. The Figaro song with Simon Pegg singing, that's hilarious. It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon. That made me laugh. Thank God that 20th Century Fox is bought by Disney now, because this schlock, if Disney made a Ice Age reboot, it would be better than this movie. Anything would be better than this. And the voice cast is not the problem. Like I said, the voice cast tries the best they could, but they couldn't save it. The OG cast: Ray Romano, John Leguizamo, freaking Dennis Leary, Sean William Scott, Josh Peck, Queen Latifah from the second movie and the third movie. She's fine, but the movie is badly written. It's badly paced. It's got horrible songs that I don't care for. I'm glad this didn't get Best Animated because it's really forced. Um, I didn't like the animation is just ho hum compared to other movies I saw later that year, like Wreck-It Ralph, where it's colorful and beautiful and vibrant, and there's a lot of references to games that I played as a kid. This is just, oh, let's make a fourth sequel because the third one made money. Let's throw even more characters at the screen. I told you, Hollywood, we don't need too many characters. Fallout would have been better if you cut some characters out. Just saying, you don't need to fill time. The Rogue One, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, all these movies, Solo, you don't need to add 15 new characters. You just need enough characters for your running time to fit the plot and the story and the character development that's in the movie, not to fill time. We don't need time filler in the movie. That's what this freaking movie is. I hate this movie. I'm glad I haven't seen it a second time. I threw out the digital copy because it's freaking bullshit. I don't know why it came in this movie. It's just a bad movie. Heather Morris also is in the movie, and she's wasted. Chris Wedge is Scrat. He's the best thing in there. And you have Karen Disher as Scrata or Scratty, a female saber-toothed squirrel, and Scrat's ex-love interest. So, yeah, she was his love interest in the third one. Patrick Stewart, Scrattle. I forgot he was even in this freaking movie. You thought the Emoji Movie wasted him as poop? He doesn't do anything in this movie. Literally, I forgot he was even in the film. I haven't seen the movie in years, and now you know why. That's the problem with these sequels nowadays. They have to put way too many characters. You know how Spider-Man 3, they said that they put too many characters? At least some of them served the plot. Some of them could have been cut out, yes, but the Sandman and freaking James Franco as freaking Harry, they were essential. If you had cut Venom out of that movie, it would have gotten less freaking panned by the critics and by audiences. But yeah, this film has way too many characters in it. And it's only 94 minutes. If it was 2 hours, maybe they could have developed the characters a little more, but it's just a waste of a cast, a waste of talent, waste of my time, and it's not worth it. If you've seen the first three movies, you can skip this one. This isn't even a red box rental. Josh, if you've seen this movie, this is a red box rental. You see it once, you never have to watch it again. And owning it is not recommended unless you find it for $1 at Dollar Tree or at a yard sale and you have kids, they'll watch it. It's not going to hurt them. It's harmless for them. But for me as an adult, it's stupid and it's not fun. And this came out the same year as the Avengers, the first Avengers. That's a masterpiece. This is boring and it's nonsensical. It's unnecessary. It's forced. It took way too many years to come out. I mean, the first movie came out in 2002. Then the second one was 2006. I like the second one. It went in a different direction. It wasn't a copy. There were no humans in it like in the first one. The third one was 3 years later, and then this one was like 4 years later. And I'm like, why? We didn't need it. Just like Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Like again, it has pirates. It counts. That movie has way too many characters. It's too freaking long. It's boring as fuck, and the action to me is just it's sensory overload. I can't focus on one thing. I got to focus on too many other things. I have ADD. I cannot focus on on 30 things at once. I can multitask, but I can't look over there and then look over there and then look in front of me and look up and then look down and then look to my side. I can't do that all at once, guys. I have 2 eyes, not 4. Sorry, but this movie sucks. If you've seen this movie, a 37% is too kind. I think it deserves a 17%. It's one of the worst animated movies of this decade, easily. The Emoji Movie, I'm going to see it and review it sometime this month. So, yeah, I'm reviewing that movie. As much as that movie might hurt me, it's not going to be as bad as this. How could I say that? Because that movie knows exactly what it is. It doesn't have 150 characters out of nowhere. And it's on a phone. What do you expect? This is a sequel to a really good franchise, and it doesn't fit. It's like Mission Impossible 2. It's a forced sequel that was like not a step down from the previous films, and just it hurts me that this was a huge moneymaker. Yet other animated movies flopped this year and in the past like 5 years or so. And it's just insulting. It's a bad sequel. Anyway, that's my review. My first animated film review of Ice Age Continental Drift. Drift it away. Just get away from it as far as you can. It's a bad, bad movie. For kids, it's tolerable. For me, it's a pain in the ass, and it's not funny. I did not laugh one time. But anyway, it's not worth your time. If you're an adult, you can skip it. If you have kids, play it for them. Maybe they'll like it. But if they like the first three, but I would recommend the first three. Those are way better and funny. And there's like a song or two, but it's not shoehorned in like that's the song. It sounds like a freaking Pirates of the Caribbean song, and it's stupid. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next review. More animated films better than this one. Screw Ice Age Continental Drift.